You got a sloppy shifter? Well, we're going to show you how to improve the performance of it.
We're going to show you what it takes to make a really good shifter.
All that and more coming up next on Motorhead Garage. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Absolutely, man.
Hey, welcome to Motorhead Garage. Well, today we're here at B&M Automotive Group.
All the way to Sacramento, a great trip. We're going to show you some neat stuff.
Go. Hey, Nate. Nate, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Sam. Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, folks, I want you to meet Nate Shelton here. He's the Chief Marketing Officer here at B&M Automotive Group, and that's a big name now.
It sure is, yeah. Well, welcome to Hurst, B&M, and Flowmaster Exhaust.
Well, you got it all together.
You got all the brands.
We're trying. Yeah, I understand the Motorhead Garage is here today to install a Hurst Mustang shifter.
Yeah, we heard that you guys are going to trust us to do that.
We are. You want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Now, Nate, what does this solve now? What kind of problem does this solve?
It actually solves quite a few things. It's a much stronger shifter, gives you a much more positive shift, actually reduces the shift effort about 30%.
We told you we're going to show you how to improve the performance of shifting. This is the way you do it.
Yeah, this is neat. This is updated. The other one used to be like stamping. This is all billet, machined out.
Yeah, they were actually a mild steel. This is a billet material, has a polyurethane bushings to keep the noise levels down, just a top drawer piece.
Tell you what, I know the instructions are in the box. I'm taking this. I'm going to go install it.
Well, while he's doing that, and I think he probably can, I want to see how you engineer these things.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, you're way ahead of me. You already got this on the lift, huh?
Yeah, I do, Sam.
You all excited about doing this?
Yeah.
This is Kenji. He's the Vice President of Engineering and Quality Control here at Hurst Shifters. You know, this looks like a really great piece. This is really upgraded from the earlier ones, isn't it?
Yeah, this is all billet construction.
I'll tell you what, the instructions look pretty good too. I'm looking through the instructions, and of course, this is what, a 2006?
Yeah, I just got this car.
Ready to do some modifications to it?
Yeah, let's start with the shifter.
Well, the first thing is, inside, according to the instructions, we're going to take this boot and this surround off. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll get the knob off, and then we'll work from the top, and then after we'll get it up in the air.
Great, let's get some tools.
Great.
Now, the easiest and best way to learn something and how to do it and do it right is from the guy like Kenji, who built it, designed it, engineered it. So, first thing we're going to do, he's reading me the instructions. He's going to trust me to tear up his Mustang. Just unscrew this knob.
Yeah, unscrew the knob.
And this big old factory knob is got like a rubber deal on it. And of course, it's supposed to be leather. It's neat looking, but I think this is going to work a lot better. This got some fine threads on it.
Yeah, it does.
Have you had this apart before?
I have not. This car is new to me.
I've unscrewed this. Then I pull off the stop knob. Then I take this boot, pop it out. You can see it's got the clips. Then down in here, and this just pulls out, huh?
Pull straight out.
Here we go. Okay, once this is out, everything we need to take off from the top is done, so grab your shifter and put the car up in the air.
Oh, Nate, this is pretty darn impressive here. You've got a lot of stuff.
This is where we assemble all of the shifters, both the B&M and Hurst shifters. In fact, today we're putting together the brand new 2012-2013 Mustang shifter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one that goes into the Coyote Mustang.
Is that what this is right here?
This is right here. As you can see, it starts out with a big block of steel. We actually machine it into a housing. Has a billet steel shift arm that actually goes down into it. Has a pin on it that actuates the detent switch for the reverse. When it's assembled, you can see that what it does is it actually has a detent in it so that it locks it out of reverse.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't accidentally get it in there. And as we were walking through, you know, the engineering area, I noticed I saw similar types of things on these guys' screens. So I guess you design all this on computer, all
yes,
CAD,
all
CAM.
this is designed on SolidWorks. We have 3 engineers that full-time design the shifters, and then that actually goes out for machining and manufacturing then.
And you make all that in here.
Yeah. We're also building the GTO shifter today.
Oh, look at that.
Offset, isn't that a little wild? It's got an offset piece.
Beautiful.
For the shifter mechanism. He's assembling those on the other side right now. You can see him assembling them.
Now I noticed this looks like all billet and everything. It's beautiful work there.
More machine piece, all anodized in the different colors to make it look, really nice.
I'll tell you what, that is a nice piece. Well, we got a lot more coming back here at B&M, so stay with us.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. and by Low Car Performance Products, quality plain and simple. And by Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GM A-body parts and accessories.
Welcome back. Well, Kenji and I are under his Mustang here on the lift. Remember, if you're going to do this on the ground, use some safety stands. This lift's got a nice set of locks on it. This is pretty easy to do. He's actually taken me through the instructions step by step. First thing is I've got a 13mm wrench here. If you look up here, you can see this is where the gearbox lever comes down, the shift lever, to the rod coming out of the transmission. You can see into the car with the boots out. Now we'll take this. There's a stud here, 13mm nut on it. And it's a good place to cut your hands if you slip, because there's all kinds of neat stuff around this U-joint. First thing we'll do is take this off. And you want to save everything you take off. Next, following the instructions, there's this factory rod that goes forward. And we're going to take a 10mm combination wrench, get on that. Again, break it loose, and you want to be careful you don't slip, cut your hands anywhere. There's really nothing to this. This is a pretty simple job. And when you get help from the guy that put it together, engineered it, watched it grow, makes it go real easy. I think I got this bolt out all the way, but it doesn't want to slide by here.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. You have to slide the rail of the shifter towards the passenger side of the vehicle and kind of get...
I think I got a couple more threads there, actually.
You got it.
Yeah, there we go. And then we just take the whole thing down at once, huh?
Yeah, once we get the back.
Okay, now with a deep socket, 10mm extension, and we'll take off these little nuts that are on this stud, one on each side. Once it's down, then we'll wrestle the shifter out. Again, there'll be some clips on there. Some of the Mustangs use two, some use one. Make sure you save the clips. By that drive shaft that way. Okay. That's a little bit of a wrestling match. You just got to find the right combination. Kenji showed me exactly where it was. You just play with it, you get it up, and you get the OE shifter down. And you can see it's a metal rod, got a cheap rubber bushing in the end of it. It's got pieces welded together to strengthen it. Nothing like the nice unit we're going to put in it. All right, now we can do a comparison of the Hurst shifter that's all billet with this metal thing that came out of it from Ford. You can see it's going to make a world of difference. Now, also going to be easy to install because this was already put together so you could see what it looked like. You take out these two little cap screws here and the shifter comes off. So when we install the new Hurst shifter into the Mustang, it's a lot easier to do. Now this just takes a regular, I think it's a 5/64 Allen wrench here. Take this out and let me show you one other thing too. This is serrated here. The lever is serrated. You put this together, when you bolt it up, it's nice and rugged. They do give you a rubber isolator, which you can put in between here. It comes in the kit. I like to do it without it because I really want it to be firm and not have any vibration issues. From the old one, we're going to need a couple things. The bushings here, they come out of the shifter. They're going to have to transfer into the bottom of this. Look at them closely. If they're worn, get some new ones from Ford, or B&M makes them available. They're nice. They got O-rings on them. So you can put these right in here. They don't come in the kit, but they are available from B&M, okay? We'll put those in, and also this sleeve has to be pushed out of here and pushed in there. Once we do that, we'll take that over to the press, push it out. We'll be ready to install this. It's gonna work real easy. Right now, we're gonna take a break. Stick around, we've got a lot more coming on our Mustang. All right, welcome back. We're under our Mustang here, ready to put our Hurst shifter in. Let me show you a couple things that I did. One is this bushing that I needed to put in here, pressed off the old shifter. It's flanged on one side, not on both sides. So you just take a screwdriver and a hammer, push it out, don't damage it. Put a little lube on it, so it'll slide into this polyurethane bushing. What I did was I squeezed it in with the vise, nothing to it. Got our bushings in, got a nice polyurethane bushing that's going to go in that U-strap at the back to support it. Before I put it up, let me show you a couple things. Hurst does supply these positive shift lever stops that you can lock with a jam nut and limit the travel like that. This car is equipped with a Tremec 5-speed. Tremec doesn't recommend using these things. What you want to do is, they've got inside their transmission their own stops, stop the shift rails, and put the forks in the right place on the couplers for the synchronizer, so you don't need to use them. All right, once you get your bushings in, everything's ready. And again, this urethane bushing here is going to go in that U-strap in the back. And by the way, if you guys doing this at home in your garage, if you jacked it up and you got it on stands, the good news is you only need to get the old one out. You can put the new one in. If you read the instructions, you can fish this in from the top because the shift lever comes off of this. So I got it up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in place. Okay, this will go in real easy. Just tuck it right up here like that. Much easier to put this in.
Sam, just tuck that back bushing into the clamp in the back.
I'll do that first?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. Put that over here. Oh, that goes in pretty easy.
Just like that.
There we go. I can line that up with that stud. Let me just move over here. There we go. Okay, so we go ahead and get this up in place and put this on that little stud right there.
Yeah, get the bolts on the back strap there.
Yeah. Tell you what, you hold that socket.
Okay.
It's always good to have an extra hand. Oh, sun fell down again.
You can start the bolt and. In fact, you know what? You might want to get the bolt in there first and then put it up, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to get through that hole.
You're absolutely right. Okay, first thing you want to do is, you have to thread the front bushing with the bolt in. It's got a shoulder on it. The bolt does. Put the bolt in, thread it up through, and tighten it. But don't tighten it up all the way. Just drive it in till it'll support the bushing. We'll come back later and tighten it up. That's good enough. Once that front rod is up and the bolt is through the bushing, come back here to this little U-shaped clamp, put it around your urethane bushing, and you push it up there. Kenji, have you got that socket and ratchet here?
I sure do.
The neat part is the nut has a flange on it. The socket will help hold it. You can thread it right up there. And if you're lucky, you need to get it started, go right up. Here we go. How's that first time?
That's great.
We get that up, and we can tighten it up. All right, once you've got it bolted in the front and the back, we're gonna hook up our shift rail, and of course it's got a nice shoulder that goes right through where we put those new bushings in the bottom of the shifter. You put the nut on it, and it's a lock nut. Bring it down, you tighten it up, and once that's done, we'll tighten the bolt up in the front, double check these. We're all set to put this car down. We'll put our rubber boots in, attach our shifter. We'll be in great shape. Right now, we need to take a break. Got a lot more coming, stick around. We'll be right back.
This week's OPGI Restoration Tip, James is going to be showing us how to replace the quarter window stainless steel on your quarter window. And then later we're going to be putting a new one on and a quarter window weather stripping. On the stainless, what you end up having is a seal inside here that seals, makes a nice tight fit between the glass and this stainless molding. And you can see over the years this one has deteriorated and has gone away. So therefore we didn't have a nice tight fit in this lower section up here. So we've popped it off already. James just pulled it off. And I'm going to hand James one of the new ones that OPGI offers. And here's one of the new ones, and you can see the stainless is just beautiful. It's a showpiece. And it's got the nice new seal inside all the way there. And then we'll pop that on there, and then we'll be ready to put our new quarter window weather stripping on.
All right, thank you. You got it. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do before you install the new piece is just lightly go and just scrape off any old residue or rubber or silicone and get that off first and get the glass clean and ready. Okay, after you've done that, you're going to want to take the new piece of rubber that comes with the part. You're going to want to take that piece and you're going to want to size it up to the actual window itself and make sure it's the right length. Usually they're a little bit long just for safety's sake, and you got to cut off the excess. Better than being too short. So you got to size that up, make sure it's the proper length, and cut off any excess that you might have to. And as you can see, our piece of rubber here fits very well. It is a little bit long, so we're just going to take our cutters and just cut off just a little piece of it. And now we are ready to put on this new quarter window chrome. So what we're going to do, we're going to just size it up in place. Make sure it's the right position, the right height, the right everything. And then we're going to get our rubber mallet and we're going to lightly tap it into place. And what's going to happen is this rubber seal is going to compress and it's going to crimp and it's going to hold it there nicely for a long, long time, just like the original one did. You got to do just a little bit all the way from the bottom to the top and just be real careful with it. Take your time. And a few of these, beyond, they're good as new.
And the next thing after the stainless has been installed is to slide your quarter window weather stripping up. And that's this week's OPGI Restoration Tip.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by VR12, Ultimate Cooling System Protection. And by B&M Racing and Performance, quality performance products that work. And by Brew & Brake Cables, made in the USA, certified.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, you know, Kenji's been kind enough to let me learn on his Mustang. Maybe he'll let me go out and pound some gears. Shifter's on. This boot was down first. Shift around with the 2 bolts. Then in the kit, you get this little rectangular oval-shaped rubber that goes in. And what it does, it shapes the shift boot, the factory shift boot, to conform to the exact profile of the shifter, which gives it a nice airtight seal. Now, a lock nut goes on so you can set the ball exactly where you want it, but I want to show you. Look at the stroke on this thing. That's unbelievable short stroke. So everything fits well. That little escutcheon right there on the shift boot, that's attention to detail that, you know, Hurst has been famous for over the years. Every bolt lined up, every thread was perfect. That's good quality control, and Dave is going to show us a little bit about how they achieved that.
Okay, so this is your quality control area here.
Yeah, this is our quality control department. As you can see, we work on a lot of different things, even build some equipment that we test our own parts on.
I see that. Now you got all kind of stuff here. You're checking even a comparator over there.
Yeah.
This is state-of-the-art stuff, I can tell.
It is, and we have Gary Archambault, our quality control manager, waiting here to show you some of the equipment that we do use.
He's got a piece of equipment I want to check out.
It's a nice piece, yeah, sure.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Hey, tell me about this piece of equipment here. Now, what's it called?
This is called a coordinate measuring machine.
Yeah?
Does a dimensional tolerancing on little parts.
How does it work now?
This part is programmed to this computer, and it's programmed with the blueprint.
Okay.
Has dimensional tolerancing.
Can we see it run?
Yeah, sure.
So what's it going to do now? It'll just go around that and take all these little measurements, right?
Yeah, it'll take off.
Wow, look at that.
And it'll talk too.
So you bring all your different parts, they come in through different batches. You bring them in here to check them then, right, against your print.
Yes, precision measurements.
Wow, look at that.
This part is precise, and all the parts that go to it are precise.
Mm-hmm. So you got a precision shifter there, you got to have precise parts for it, don't you?
Yeah, the reason for that is because our customers don't want any rattle or noise from the shifters.
Right.
So they have to all go together real well, so it goes smooth when you shift it smooth.
Well, now you can see why it's important to have precision checking on this thing, so make sure everything is working right. We're going to go to an industry update. Stay with us. On this week's Industry Update, we're here in Indianapolis at the Hot Rod Restoration Trade Show. And folks, this is a great place to be if you're a hot rodder or a restorer, to not only get technical information, but also to find ways to solve some particular problems you might have. Now, we're here at the Rod End Supply booth with Bob Douglas. And Bob, you've solved a unique problem for a cup team, haven't you?
Yes, we had a cup team come to us. They have a sway bar link that they were having problems with. They were failing prematurely. And I suggested using our nylon fiber injected molded race rod ends, and they tried them. They said, man, these are going to work great. We can probably get 2 races out of them.
Is this what you made right here?
That's what we made. The problem was they had to have it in a high misalignment, and they wanted the same thread as the same hole, which was a 3/8. We normally do this, but this thread would be one size larger, and then we would neck the hole in the ball down to the specific size they needed. They didn't want that because of too much weight.
They're talking about like fractions of an ounce now.
Fractions of an ounce.
Well, it all adds up, folks, when you do that, right?
Right. So what we did, we developed it. We had the holes in the ball now are larger than a 3/8, and then we pressed these stainless steel sleeves inside of it, making it a high misalignment. Solved their problem.
That's a good way to go.
And you know, when it comes to the hot rod stuff, I've used a lot of it. Like these ends here, they got them in polished stainless, chrome, black oxide, and the neat part is real high quality alloys. The sleeves inside is stainless steel, so they won't rust like that cheap offshore junk. And the whole rod end supply catalogs on a mini disc. Great way to go.
Yeah, if you got problems, you want technical information, all you have to do is go right to their website and you can get all the information you need. Okay, well, we're still back here in the quality control area, and Gary is now showing me a piece that he has here on this comparator. And what you can do is you can put this on here and measure that piece and visually see exactly what the dimensions are. You can move it all around. Gary, move that around so we can see how that works. You can see this is highly accurate and really a neat piece of equipment to have in your quality control area. Gary, I want to thank you for showing this to me.
Well, Dave, I hope you got to see everything you wanted to see.
Well, it's been fantastic. I know Sam and I have had a great time.
Well, we've had a great time too, and we hope that we can maybe talk you and Sam into coming back and doing some Flowmaster stuff.
You don't have to talk real hard. I think we'll probably do that.
Great, we love it.
Anyway, well, once again, folks, we've run out of time. We'll see you again next time here at Motorhead Garage. This is going to be fun, bud.
Absolutely.
Hey, welcome to Boop Boop.
This is a Tremec 5-speed. Tremec doesn't recommend that. You do that again.
It has been a great
You know,
time.
we really don't need you, but we really maybe like to have Sam come back and do a Flowmaster installation for us. Would that be all right?
That's all right. I'll be on the beach drinking a beer, smoking a cigar.
They put me up to that.
I would have never guessed that.